Hello, Professor Hudgens. This is my attempt at setting up the visual filters and looking at, I guess, Romans and Ephesians. So if we go to Documents and we go down to Visual Filter, and we will make it bigger. And in Visual Filter, we'll make sure we're in Morphology, and we will change this to the Greek morphology. We will hit at, and we'll look at verbs. And in verbs, we want to look at the imperative mood. And we'll go ahead and go green. We'll go ahead and change the name here to imperative verbs. All right, so we should have saved that. Now we'll go to the Greek New Testament. Looks like must have it already on. There it is, imperative verbs. And let's go into Romans and see what we see. So here we are in the beginning of Romans, and due to the fact that we're not seeing any imperative verbs, actually we see one right here. We're in chapter 3. Let's see, what is that? That's gnetho. Gnetho. We know that with that right there, that's telling us that's the first person singular. It does not have sigma, so we know it's not future tense. But we see one imperative there. Going through chapter 5, here in chapter 6 we finally get some. So that tells us that first section is mostly theology, which we do know because obviously Romans 3 is huge in theology. So here in 6 we start hitting some more imperative verbs, which means it might be starting to shift towards some more practical application. Let's see, 7, nothing, 8, nothing, 9, looks like there's one right there, end of 9. Hidu. Okay, not sure what that means. Here's some more in 11. Starting to see a bunch more here in 11, and then a bunch more in 12. Yeah, so here we go. A lot more practicality here. As far as things we should be doing, which 12 is I believe that's the fruit of the Spirit. I'm sorry, not fruit of the Spirit. The spiritual gifts. 13, we're talking about government. So yeah, here's a bunch more. Wow, in this section, heavy in 16, which all seem to be the same word right here. Let's see if I can pronounce it. Let's see, that's a soft mark. So aspasase, aspasase. Okay. All right. Anyway, so that's Romans, and then if we want to go look at Ephesians. Let's see. So Ephesians, here we go. Very little, nothing in the first chapter. It looks like only one in the second chapter. So here we go. And not till chapter 4, towards the end of chapter 4, do we start seeing a lot of indicatives. So that tells us a lot of theology before that, and then a lot more practical application of that starting here in verse 25, moving forward and into chapter 5 and chapter 6. So really the first 3 chapters is primarily theology, and not till chapter 4 does it start switching into practical application. So hopefully that is what you were looking for me to show you. I have not used these visual filters before, so thanks so much for teaching me about that. Super helpful. Looking forward to using those and experimenting with those moving forward. All right, thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.